Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from the Palatial Studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And the top of the Thursday morning to you and yours.
It's time!
Yeah, I know it's time. You don't have to tell me that.
Let's get quacking.
All right, we'll get quacking, that's for sure.
I don't like to be cooped up in that office.
All right, well, you don't want to be cooped up in the office. I don't want to be cooped up in the office. I can tell you it's 6:07 this morning.
It's now 6:07 a.m.
6:07 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show.
Take back the holly and mistletoe, silver bells on a string.
That's country music artist Leanne Rimes.
If I wrote a letter to Santa Claus, I would ask for just one thing.
All I want for Christmas. Get you in the holiday spirit. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and Happy Holidays to you and yours from all of us here at the Get Up and Go show. Bonnie, and a very Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Merry Christmas to you, too. And young Leanne Rimes, well, not so young anymore,
No.
but I remember when she was just beginning. And here I'm hearing of this little country music artist who's only but 11 or 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then she came out with a smash called Blue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she won awards for that.
Mm-hmm.
She's nailing it right there. Leanne Rimes, still with the voice.
Great voice.
After all these years.
Did you watch the Tube? Did you work last night first and foremost, or were you home?
You know, I'm home, and
Okay.
Evan, I got to say, lately I'm getting into Jeopardy again.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, first
Oh
I
my
do the
gosh.
wheel watching. There's a lady on there named Amy Schneider, who I swear in the last 10, I think it's only been like 10 or 11 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
She's up to like some $360,000.
I
in
know,
winnings.
I know the lady you're talking about, and there something's not. I don't want to go
But
into.
I know what you're thinking, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
She is a transvestite.
Yes.
And I think one
She's
of the
transgender.
first or transgender
Yes.
ladies to go
Uh-huh.
thus far in her
Mhm.
winnings on Jeopardy
And
ever.
my hat goes off to her. When I saw her, and I say her because she identifies as a woman,
Yeah.
but biologically she's a male. But my hat goes off to her as a transgender woman for coming on national TV and doing what she does.
And she's like the head of some really a big company too. Like it's I should remember what it is.
Mhm.
She's in something like really where she's smart and
Mhm.
smart at her business.
Mhm.
But in only 10 shows winning 360 grand.
I wonder what Ken Jennings' winnings were total, because he was, I think, the all-time winningest Jeopardy contestant of all time.
I'm pretty sure that he was.
But now he's the host.
And he's not doing a bad job.
No.
It was hard for me getting used to during the first one that I watched a couple of nights ago because you're so used to hearing Alex and Alex Trebek.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they're paying tribute to him when they say on the Alex Trebek stage.
Yeah,
I'm glad
like that.
they do that.
I like that.
But I'm kind of getting used to this Ken Jennings as the host. I
Mhm.
mean, I think he does rather well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now with this Amy Schneider that does win, I gotta say last night, it's just seemed like she was lucky to get the daily double very often.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she does, I think she answered one of the daily doubles incorrect, which brought her to a tie with the second place guy.
Mm-hmm.
But then she gets lucky. She got lucky last night
Yeah.
anyway, and she got more daily doubles. And then she'll bid like maybe wager like $4,000 or $6,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually she nails it,
Yeah.
which brings her so very much ahead in the game.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of transgender, one of my all-time favorite shows is back on for season 3 or season 4. I don't remember what season it is, but it's called I Am Jazz. and I'm a huge fan of this show.
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I've watched it once or twice.
Yeah.
It didn't hook me in
Mhm.
where I kept watching it for a long time.
You have to follow it from the beginning, from episode number 1. It's really amazing how this person was born a little boy and identified as a very young age as a girl, dressed as a girl. The parents supported her and went through all the gender confirmation surgeries and all of that. And now in the current season, they are showing that she is dealing with major weight issues right now.
Oh, yeah.
She put on over 100 pounds since last season,
Oh.
and she has bloated up, unfortunately. Still a very, very attractive young lady. I think she's 21 years old now. And
So did the parents kind of like help her along with changing herself and getting surgeries?
yeah, they supported.
And
they
at what
supported
age
her.
did they start doing this?
They did the gender. She started taking hormone blockers, I think, when she was like 11 or 12 and things like that. And it just, you would have to watch the whole series. My memory's not all that great, so I can't really remember every
Yeah, I know
little
it's
nook
not
and cranny.
like you just watched it last
Yeah,
night.
I know,
so
right?
It's kind of hard to pull out.
I've been watching 4 seasons of it.
Yeah.
But it's a really cool show. It really is. And it's really, props go out to the mom and dad for being supportive. It's really a positive show, especially when it's appealing to the LGBTQ community out there as well. But if you get a chance, it's not for everybody. Don't get me wrong. I'm not forcing you to go watch it or but I'm just saying it's one of my favorite shows.
I think Jazz has a sister too on the show, didn't she?
Sure does.
have
Ari.
just like one only sister. and
She has
no
Ari and a set
brothers?
of twin brothers.
There is a set of
Yeah,
brothers.
Sander and Griffin are
Okay.
the 2 brothers. And in an episode that kind of puts a twist into things, they showed the preview for next week. And one of the twin boys actually starts dating a transgender woman.
Oh, that is a twist. It'll keep you
Little
watching.
twist in the plot.
It'll keep you
Yeah,
watching. I
really
guess.
cool. Very, very cool.
I've been like a Wheel watcher too at night. I like
Mhm.
to watch Wheel now right before Jeopardy.
Oh, it's a great show.
And I got to go to wheeloffortune.com, I guess, because
Mhm.
I got to see how I can get my ID number for it. Because,
Mhm.
like next week during holiday week, I
Mhm.
think you can match one of the contestants or some sort of thing online.
Mhm.
And I've done that before, like way, way back when in the past.
Mhm.
But I mean, when you consider you're playing against how many people across the nation and what are the
Millions.
chances?
Millions.
But at least, there is a chance, and kind of fun to watch and guess the puzzles,
Mhm.
which I still have a hard time guessing those
Mhm.
puzzles. And then I get kind of ornery when the contestant on the show gets it before me. And I'll be like, oh, it was just coming to me.
So speaking of television, what I was going to ask you was, did you watch the lighting of the tree special that was on last night, Rockefeller Plaza?
Oh, I missed it. I forgot to put it on.
I DVR'd it, watched about the first hour or so.
Yeah.
Some of the artists I didn't really care too much for. Some of them I really liked. I enjoyed Pentatonics. That's the a cappella group.
Ooh, they're very good.
Carrie Underwood was on there, I do believe.
Did she do well?
She
well,
did
of
very
course,
well.
right?
Yeah.
She probably nailed it.
And they had a special guest co-host who they flew in from the West Coast in California, Mario Lopez.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they brought in Mario Lopez to guest
Dimples,
co-host.
the
Yes,
Dimples.
Mr. Dimples himself.
He's perfect for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I liked him on the E channel. I don't know if he's on that anymore.
Mhm.
Doing the Entertainment Tonight deal thing.
He has like perfect hair. You guys got perfect hair.
Yeah, and
Unbelievable.
and you get lost in his dimples.
Yeah.
He and Kirsten Dunst would
Yeah.
make a great couple
Yeah.
because you get lost in her dimples
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kirsten, that new
Mhm.
there's a new Spider-Man movie coming out
Mm-hmm.
by Christmas time.
Oh.
And I already saw the previews of that. We're like
Any good?
our family is kind of like really into Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it looks like one I want to see most definitely on the big screen.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Good morning. You're on the radio with Evan and Bonnie. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Why do I always call it the quarter hour, Evan?
I don't know,
understand it.
Charlie. I couldn't tell
I'm running back and forth trying to make my coffee and get ready. Did you notice I said coffee?
Yeah, coffee.
I think you said it. You said it like a regular Floridian.
Like a New Yorker.
Coffee.
Hey, you know?
Kevin is
I
coffee.
didn't notice that so much. I thought you said it.
Coffee.
Well,
Well,
you know what? I don't want to say normal because what is normal? I mean,
there's no
maybe
normal.
to someone in Boston saying the
I'm not normal, Bonnie.
Oh,
you know?
he's so far from normal.
Yeah. I'm a fun guy.
There you go.
you're a fun
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm a fun guy.
That means he
Fun
likes
guy.
to have fun. He's a fun guy.
Is that like fungi?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a fungus, but he's a fun guy. There you go.
So I'll be coming in there at 9:00 or before, actually.
Oh,
you know?
are you? Did you
Yeah,
confirm? Did you
yeah.
confirm that with the powers
Yeah,
to be?
Jenny. I'm not going to just break in, you know.
Okay.
So we'll be
Look,
seeing you.
Jenny called me and said, "Let's go, brother." So we're
Okay.
gonna do a thing.
Wow. I wonder if his Marla Brodsky's going to be co-hosting with him
I
today.
believe Marla's coming too. It's
Wow. Oh boy.
Gonna be Denny and the
loaded
Broad
show.
and Palm City Charlie.
Okay. Well, you'll be at the back table this morning.
It's going to be a
of
full
course.
house.
Yeah, well, get me ready. Get me set up. Evan.
It's ready. I'm just waiting for
We're
you to
gonna
bring
rock
breakfast.
and roll, brother.
I
you know?
understand you're bringing breakfast for everybody this morning. That's what I heard.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Let me tell you something. My left leg is killing me. I don't know what's going on. You know?
Do you have like a
my
restless
doctor
leg?
yesterday, they didn't call me back.
Do you have restless leg syndrome?
Oh, are you getting personal with me, Evan?
Well, no. I mean, I'm being serious.
We've just been hearing about that restless leg syndrome
I
so
have,
often.
It's really
I have
bad.
arthritis in my left hip, both
Okay.
hips,
Okay.
because I'm a hippie, okay?
But
And it's shooting down my left leg now into my, the front of my shin.
You know, that leg pain's not funny. And lately,
It's not funny at all,
no.
Bonnie. I haven't laughed all morning, I tell you.
Lately, Charlie,
Well,
I've been
right.
feeling it like in my bottom heels because I need new running. I need new running shoes.
Yeah.
My heels are.
Yeah,
your
it's
body
very
talks
important.
to you.
Take care of your feet, and they'll take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
You see those foot massage places all over the Treasure Coast now.
Yeah, but you got to be careful which one you go into.
Did I get a foot massage? But no, I'm just kidding.
I want to really go get one.
Bonnie, is that something you guys do at where you work?
Yeah, we massage feet.
Okay.
Yeah, we
All
won't.
right.
I mean,
Oh yeah, full body massage. You got to do the feet, Evan.
Okay. All
Come
right.
on.
And some
you
people
even do ears too. It's amazing.
Some
Oh,
people
that's
don't
so
want
relaxing.
feet. Yeah, ears, temples. Your scalp.
Yeah.
A whole
that's
bit.
a good feeling.
Yeah.
But some people don't want their feet done, and then they disclose that written
Yeah, I'm
and
fickle
verbally.
about that. I don't
and-
like nobody touching
They
my
have an
feet.
anti-foot.
No,
fetish,
no, nobody. I don't want nobody touching my feet.
Some feet
sorry.
are more ticklish than
I'm
others.
sure Rachel can touch your feet.
Nope, I don't let her.
Yeah.
Nope,
Really?
no, and I don't touch hers. That's just something that's off limits.
He puts a big sign up over his feet at night.
I do.
Don't be touching my feet.
It's at the foot of the bed. It says, "Do not touch. No touching
That
zone."
could be a country song. Don't be touching my feet now, brother. Something like that.
All right, man. We got to go. We got to get to news, brother.
I know. Get in the news.
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Talk to you later. It's Palm City Charlie. Just stay away from my feet, okay? Don't mess with my feet. My feet stay on my side of the bed, and your feet stay on your side of the bed. It's 6:20 on the Get Up and Go show on the Thursday morning edition. It's time for news, all brought to you by the Joint Chiropractic. Come visit them right now in Port St. Lucie at the shops of St. Lucie West. Bonnie standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. California is the location of the first case of the Omicron COVID variant confirmed in the U.S. It has not yet been identified in Florida, but Dr. Jason Wilson of Tampa General Hospital thinks it's just a matter of time, but it can be handled.
Again, I think the public should recognize that almost 2 years into this pandemic now, we're pretty good at this.
Dr. Wilson agrees with those who say the next few weeks will be critical in understanding the new variant. The first case of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 in the U.S. was announced Wednesday, which was inevitable, and WPTV's Matt Cessny was at International Airport with reactions to possible travel restrictions in the near future.
Yeah, Michael, just as air travel was picking up around the country and especially here in South Florida, as you said, this new variant could be leading to more change. And among the changes coming, the restrictions coming, that is, faster testing for passengers. In the world of air travel, where masks and tests already seem to be the norm, many passengers were accepting of tighter restrictions that may be coming for international travel.
I just came back from Mexico a couple days ago and had to test, and I did the online where they watch you and make sure it's you, and so
it went pretty smooth.
Yeah.
The White House and CDC are reportedly ready to impose 24-hour testing for passengers returning to the U.S. and maybe more testing after arriving. Travel agent Linda Jelenkovich of Super Travel Palm Beach says so far it's not stopping her travelers.
People are starting to hear about it. Not everybody has heard about it. So they're starting to hear about it. In fact, I was hearing that coming back in that you might have, even after you come back in, you might have to quarantine yourself for 7 days. And that's still, I don't know if that's going to stay put or not.
It's a little bit of a pain, but I think it's the right thing to do, keep people safe.
John Edelman from Philadelphia arrived in West Palm Beach and is heading to the Dominican Republic for a family reunion vacation.
But I don't think it's a terrible idea to have testing before you get here. I mean, the last thing we want is to bring in variants that are rising in other countries.
Definitely, people are tired of staying home. They want to go. They are tired of the lockdown.
And that seems to be the bottom line. Even with this variant, people do want to travel. Here at PBIA, there are few international flights, but I'm told Canadian arrivals will start up here in just a few days. We're live at Palm Beach International Airport. Matt Sesney, WPTV, News Channel 5.
And yesterday, Orlando International Airport welcomed the first inbound commercial flights from Brazil in 19 months. A tourism official with Visit Orlando says there's no evidence yet that the Omicron variant is impacting travel plans. Port St. Lucie police are still trying to figure out who shot and killed 45-year-old Carisha Brissett inside her town park home in Tradition. WPTV's Megan McRoberts reports from Tradition.
Family of Carisha Brissett told me tonight that she just moved to this area in February. They say she was quiet, very involved in her church, and that's why they say it's hard for them to understand why she would be targeted like this.
She does have family that's going to really miss her. And it's not fair to somebody to do that to her because she had her whole life ahead of her.
Corrine Samuel, older cousin, 45-year-old Carisha Brissett.
She was like a big sister to me.
Despite an age gap between the two of about 15 years, Corrine says the two often kept in touch on Facebook.
We both grew up in Jamaica, migrated to the U.S. So I knew her my whole life.
She says Carisha came to Florida about 10 years ago, but bought her house in Tradition on Southwest Stockton Place in the town park community in February. Corrine says she hadn't seen Carisha in years, but her whole family says they can't imagine why someone would target her like police believe.
At this time, I don't even know who or why somebody would do that to her.
Tuesday morning, police say she didn't show up for work. A friend went to her home, found the back door shattered, and 13 spent shell casings on the patio. Carisha was found dead in her bedroom.
We never expected this to happen to her, of all people, because she's, very religious, very into her church and everything.
Corrine says in the family, Carisha was more of the quiet, observant type. She had kids, but Corrine last knew Carisha to be working with the elderly in a nursing facility.
She's very kind, very humble, the most humblest person you can ever, imagine.
She's now pleading with the community to help her family better understand why this happened.
Help our family, bring Carisha to justice.
As police continue to ask for tips, videos, or any other information to help solve the case.
Brings me comfort knowing that, she's believed in God and she's going to heaven.
And police say they still do not know a motive or intention, but they remain confident that there is no threat to the community. In Port St. Lucie, I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
A suspect in the death of Ryan Rogers has been arrested, according to police Wednesday night. Palm Beach Gardens police confirmed to WPTV that an arrest has been made in Miami-Dade County and a news conference was scheduled for Thursday morning. Police said the suspect's name is being withheld at this time. The 14-year-old William T. Dwyer Community High School freshman was found dead November 16 near the Central Boulevard sidewalk at the Interstate 95 overpass. Less than 24 hours after his mother reported him missing, police said a bicycle was found near the body. Cindy Rogers wrote on Facebook that her son went out for a bicycle ride early in the evening on November 15 and didn't return home. And lastly, Dr. Mehmet Oz, the celebrity heart surgeon best known as the host of TV's Dr. Oz show, after rocketing to fame on Oprah Winfrey's show, announced Tuesday that he's running for Pennsylvania's open U.S. Senate seat as a Republican. Oz, age 61, will bring his unrivaled name recognition and wealth to a competitive and could determine control of the Senate in next year's election. The IRSC Lady Pioneers rolled to an early 12, holding Florida National University to just 14 first-half points en route to a 100-40 victory over the FNU Conquistadors. Marianne Logston hit 5 3-point shots for 28 points to lead all scorers. The Lady Pioneers host Johnson University Saturday at 2 on the main campus. The IRSC men, number 2 in Florida and number 7 in the USA, traveled to Pasco Hernando College looking for their 11th straight win. WPSL Global will air the game Saturday at 2. Syracuse will take on Florida State immediately following IRSC. And our news time, 6:27, we'll hear weather and traffic together next.
.628 on the Get Up and Go show, 28 minutes after the hour of 6 a.m. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, we're not finding any accidents yet during these early morning hours, and throughout the remainder of the morning, we are sure hoping it's going to stay that way. And if you see something, say something. Just let us know at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. Clear sky in Port St. Lucie, it's 58. Up in Jacksonville this morning, it's 53. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 50s under mostly clear skies and some patchy fog for the morning commute. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and low rain chances. Tomorrow and Friday, similar weather, morning lows starting off in the upper 50s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s, mostly sunny with the end of the work week. Sunday into Wednesday, morning lows in the mid to upper 60s, afternoon highs in the low 80s. Some showers possible, but any rainfall that we do see won't add up to a whole lot.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
6:32 on the Get Up and Go show, 32 minutes after the hour of 6 a.m., and it's time to do some viral videos. I have two I found this morning. First one, it's that time of the year where everybody gets up on their ladders and puts up their Christmas lights. And they go to great lengths to get things done.
And hopefully they're not drinking in the afternoon and falling down from those ladders.
Well, speaking of falling down, Bonnie, you hit the nail on the head. There's a guy in Tennessee who was stringing up lights when he fell off the ladder and landed very hard on the concrete.
Yowza.
It was captured on security cam, and he had to go to the hospital. Fractured a shoulder, humerus bone, and 6 ribs. Now, I'm going to turn this music off, and you have to listen very carefully. You'll hear the thud. Here we go. That was it.
I want to see this. Do you see
right.
the guy falling?
Yeah, you'll see a guy falling. Watch the video. Here we go. Let me make it a little bigger for you. All right, here we go. Here he is right here. Boom. Just like that. That wasn't good.
Yeah, those little things can happen at home. And sometimes, it's best to be doing that stuff at home when you're not alone.
Yeah.
And, when somebody else is there to catch you or if you should fall and you need that urgent medical help.
That's why I have Gavin to help me. Because when I can't reach certain heights, I just throw Gavin up on the roof.
Do you?
Yeah.
You say, come on, Gavin, get up on that
Get
ladder.
your little rump up there and take care of business.
But at least the two together, two working together, one has the other's back, you might
definitely. Let's go over to Russia. This guy obviously has way too much time on his hands. He shoved balloon sticks in a balloon and a broken pen into the fingertips of a rubber glove. And then
balloon sticks.
Yes, balloon sticks.
Balloon sticks.
Yes, balloon sticks.
What are those?
I guess sticks that go in a balloon.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
I haven't heard of that.
Well, he came up with this invention. It's called a glove pipe. It's just like a bagpipe, but except it's a glove pipe.
So he kind of made this. He kind of created this out of a balloon. Does it play notes? Does
Oh.
it play a tune?
Wait till you hear this. This guy's a genius. You would never know that was not a set of bagpipes.
No.
All with the rubber.
That sounds like something right out of a Sean Penn movie, State of Grace.
He's out of breath.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, right? Was that amazing?
Yeah, I think that young gentleman did fine with that.
That was pretty flipping cool how he did that.
Funny how sometimes we get these videos where people create things out of didn't a guy create a musical thing out of his washing machine one time?
Yeah.
Or some sort of thing.
Yep.
And they just can create things right in their household and turn them into musical.
Mhm.
I think it's genius that they can do that.
It's really cool. It's definitely really cool. Bonnie, today or actually this month, it's considered a soup month.
Soup month?
Soup month.
I just bought soup last night.
Mhm.
I bought 2 cans
Did
of
you?
Progresso.
What's your favorite soup of all time? What's your go-to soup?
It's broccoli cheese Progresso.
Okay.
First it's the Panera bread kind.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Second Progresso.
Okay.
But
I'm
Progresso's pretty close.
I'm a broccoli cheap soup guy as well.
Yeah.
I like broccoli cheese soup, but it really, I'm real finicky about it. And I will give props to Panera. I've had their broccoli cheese soup and it's to die for.
Isn't it delicious?
It's very good.
And then when they give that little loaf of bread with it.
Yes.
Oh, it's in a little bit pat of butter on it.
I could use
Perfect.
some this morning. I also like cream of tomato soup.
That's very good too.
Not the regular tomato.
I have that in Progresso at home too.
Big difference from regular and cream of tomato.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you know whose cream of tomato I really love, or tomato basil, they might call it, is Perkins.
Okay.
The Perkins tomato
Okay.
soup is delicious.
And there is nothing better than a good bowl of clam chowder.
I don't know if I
I
ever remember
love
having
clam chowder.
Oh, I've just had the clam chowder like out of the can, maybe like the Progresso.
Oh, you don't know what you're
I
missing.
don't think I've had it like at a restaurant
Yeah.
ever or anything.
Thirsty Turtle makes some good clam chowder.
Do they now?
And there's a restaurant up in Fort Pierce at the marina. I think it's called Crawdaddy's. They make an excellent, that's probably the best place I've had clam chowder.
Is that close to Seaway Drive where I stayed one time at the Hutchinson Island Resort? It was out on
No.
Seaway Drive. You
No,
go
you
around
have
the
to
little
go,
curve.
you go up 95 to Orange Avenue, get off Orange Avenue and take that all the way to the end. It dead ends into the Atlantic Ocean.
Uh-huh.
Make a left, and right before the road curves to the left on the right side is Crawdaddy's.
And you think they're called Crawdaddies?
I think it's called Crawdaddy's.
Yeah, maybe next
Best
time
clam
we're out
chowder
there,
around.
we'll probably stop in there because we want to. Gary actually wants to go again to the. It was Hutchinson Island Beach Resort out in Fort Pierce, and you know the stay was really. It was affordable, and we stayed overnight that one night. And
Yeah, you did a little staycation. I remember you posted some pictures.
I swam in the river and the pool and the hot
Nice.
tub.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You did the hat trick, all three. Hi, good morning. You're on the radio.
It's me, Evan.
Yes,
so there's
Charlie.
a Crawdaddy's there because there's a Crawdaddy's in Jensen Beach.
I think it's called Crawdaddy's. Don't quote me on it. I'm not sure.
Because I used to work for the Stewart News, and there's definitely a Crawdaddy's in Jensen Beach.
Okay, I may be wrong on the name of the restaurant, but I know it sits right on the water up at the marina in Fort Pierce.
I make a killer pea soup. With
I
bratwurst.
don't like soup that people
thick.
pee in.
It's like
Sorry.
thick,
I
it's
like a
delicious
pea
with
soup.
Onions and everything.
I bet it's delicious, Charlie.
Oh yeah, I also you know that Trinity, you know the it's called the Trinity when you go to Publix. It's chopped up celery and green pepper, and I throw that in with carrots and bratwurst.
Oh, now that sounds really good.
I do it in a crock pot, do it overnight. Oh my God, in the morning. I used to have a dog named Casey that would be whining. He wanted soup.
The dog lapped up soup.
Yeah, if I had a bowl of soup, he had to have it, you know, and Charlotte would be there and laughing like crazy.
That's great. You know, whenever I open up sour cream, like it's weird because my Jack Frosty can smell sour cream. And if I take any out of the fridge, he's just like right there underneath my knees, my kneecaps.
Jack Russell Terrier?
No, Jack Frosty. That's our cat's name.
Oh, that's the kitty cat.
He's a white Turkish Angora. He's beautiful.
You should get yourself a Jack Russell, and the two of them would be buddies.
I had a Jack Russell one time. Her name was Junebug.
The name of the restaurant's Krabby's. That's it, Krabby's.
Krabby's.
I'm
okay.
sorry, I had the wrong name. Krabby's.
You know what? Because Krabby's, there used to be a Krabby's in like the Golden Gate area, and I think they left, so maybe they went up there.
Yeah, it's Krabby's Dockside in Fort Pierce.
There you go. Well, I'm glad you didn't do some free advertising for the wrong place.
I know. What can I say?
But of course, we love our Crawdaddies too,
Yes,
right
Crawdaddies
here in
is really
downtown
good.
Jensen Beach.
All right. Well, I'll be seeing you, Bonnie, at 9. Make sure you hang out so you say hello.
I will, Charlie.
She will
I
definitely. I'll tie her
You
to the
gotta
chair so she
prepare. I'll
doesn't
be
leave.
early this time.
Looking
All right.
forward to seeing you.
All right.
Okay?
Take
Looking
care.
forward to seeing everybody.
All right,
Goodbye.
bye-bye now. All right, so back to it's Soup Month, and this is directed at all the ladies out there. And I got this from the my favorite magazine, by the way. This article,
Oh yeah, the Cosmo.
Cosmo. The soup. This is directed at the ladies. They say that the soup you slurp does more than take the chill off of a cold day. Psychologists have discovered an astonishing link between what you ladle into a bowl of soup and what kind of man you will really bring your passion to boil.
Passion.
Yes. So they're relating soup and passion together.
Well, when you're making the soup, like Charlie probably puts a lot of passion into his
Yes.
soup and making it for his
Yes.
lady.
A recent study shows that a woman's choice of soup reveals her ideal fantasy man. Ideal fantasy man.
Oh,
so
this
I have
is
a couple.
funny.
Yeah, I have a couple of different soups here that I'm
So
going to read off.
Ours was broccoli and cheese.
That didn't make the list.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
it should.
Okay. Well, here's one. Okay. French onion. If you're a woman and if you love French onion soup, it means that you have a daring, adventurous personality and you're always ready for a challenge. Chances are you're attracted to men with similar tastes and you can best bond with them by sharing some electrifying experiences.
I like that little glaze of cheese they put over the
it's
French
so
onion
good.
soup when they serve
It is.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if you like chicken noodle soup, it says that you're very warm-hearted. You're a nurturing woman who places your sweetheart at the center of your world. Smart men are a real turn-on for you, and you show your love by thoroughly pampering your better half. Okay, that's if you're
Chicken noodle
if you're
soup.
a fan of chicken noodle soup.
This segment brought to you by Campbell's.
Thank you. Good. Okay. Now, if you like vegetable soup, oh wow, look what Rachel just sent me. That's our morning friend in our front yard.
Oh, little bunny.
Yeah, little bunny.
Little bunny rabbit.
If you're a friend of hello. If you're a fan of vegetable soup, if you're a lady and you like vegetable soup, they say that you're a responsible person who looks for a man who's a true partner, sharing in all decisions. And if your sweetheart gives you the high degree of devotion you crave, you'll shower your better half with affection in return.
Now, what's that lady all about if she prefers to sprinkle crackers in her vegetable soup?
I don't know.
Does this magazine tell us that?
I don't know. No, it doesn't say
We want to
anything.
know.
Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Clam chowder. Clam chowder.
Now, this is kind of like your go-to, Evan. This
Right,
is about
but
you.
This is for ladies. This is for ladies.
The ladies.
If ladies like clam chowder, they say that you have a habit of falling in love with love, and your taste for novelty may keep you changing partners on a regular basis. So you can be a little dicey if you're a fan of clam chowder. Don't be so quick to rush from man to man because you could miss your soulmate in the shuffle.
Wow. It's
All
so
right.
it's the runaround Sue kind.
It is.
That
It is.
enjoys the clam chowder.
If you're a fan of cream of tomato soup, cream of tomato, it says that you yearn for the good life and an ambitious man with a lot on the ball is right down your alley. You're willing to work right alongside of your man to achieve the financial security you must have to be happy.
That sounds like me.
Mhm.
I like to
Exactly.
be right alongside of Gary
Beautiful.
as we try
Beautiful.
to prosper.
And you like cream of tomato
There's
soup.
got to be cream of mushroom on here, though. No?
No, the last one
You're
though.
kidding.
No, there's not. The last one that they listed was baked potato soup. Baked potato soup. Now, if you're a fan of baked potato soup, it says that you're a straight shooter who demands a matching honesty from your better half. More importantly, if the man shares your strong sense of community and volunteerism, then he's sure to win your heart.
Might also mean that you don't like to peel potatoes.
This
Just
is true.
buy it in a can of soup and voila.
Bingo.
There's your potatoes.
Done and over with. So there you go. There you have it. That's
I love me some soup sometime.
Do ya?
In this, particularly this time of year. I bought a corn chowder Progresso last night too.
Did you?
Oh.
Corn chowder's good, actually.
That is good too.
Now, I notice you say Progresso. You're a fan of the Progresso family of soups, not
Mhm.
Campbell's, but Progresso.
Progresso more.
They do make good soup. That's in
They do.
kind of like the bluish label can, isn't it?
Kind of like a blue and white, I think.
Yeah, definitely so. Progresso makes some good stuff. They really do. I've
Yeah.
had some of their stuff.
But
It's really good.
Campbell's kind of brings you back to like when you were a kid with the
Mhm.
smiling little
Mhm.
smiling little boy and girl. And
I know.
I like to. I'm almost tempted to buy those vintage when I see the tableware or little plates.
Oh, the vintage
with
Campbell
the-
stuff.
with the little
Yeah,
kids on it.
Yeah, I agree
They're
with you. there.
cute.
Yes, definitely. So a lot of collectors collect stuff like that.
They do.
All the
I know.
time. It's 6:46 on the Get Up and Go show. Time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town on any type of precious metals, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie is standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Well, Evan, California is the location of the first case of the Omicron COVID variant confirmed in the U.S. It has not yet been identified in Florida, but Dr. Jason Wilson of Tampa General Hospital thinks it's just a matter of time, but it can be handled.
Again, I think the public should recognize that almost 2 years into this pandemic now, we're pretty good at this.
Dr. Wilson agrees with those who say the next few weeks will be critical in understanding the new variant. Port St. Lucie police are still trying to figure out who shot and killed 45-year-old Carisha Brissett inside her Town Park home in Tradition. And here's WPTV's Megan McRoberts.
Family of Carisha Brissett told me tonight that she just moved to this area in February. They say she was quiet, very involved in her church, and that's why they say it's hard for them to understand why she would be targeted like this.
She does have family that's going to really miss her. And it's not fair to somebody to do that to her because she had her whole life ahead of her.
Corrine Samuels holds back tears when she talks about her older cousin, 45-year-old Carisha Brissett.
She was like a big sister to me.
Despite an age gap between the two of about 15 years, Corrine says the two often kept in touch on Facebook.
We both grew up in Jamaica, migrated to the US. So I knew her my whole life.
She says Carisha came to Florida about 10 years ago, but bought her house in Tradition on Southwest Stockton Place in the Town Park community in February. Corrine says she hadn't seen Carisha in years, but her whole family says they can't imagine why someone would target her like police believe.
At this time, I don't even know who or why somebody would do that to her.
Tuesday morning, police say she didn't show up for work. A friend went to her home, found the back door shattered, and 13 spent shell casings on the patio. Carisha was found dead in her bedroom.
We never expected this to happen to her, of all people, because she's, very religious, very into her church and everything.
Corrine says in the family, Carisha was more of the quiet, observant type. She never had kids, but Corrine last knew Carisha to be working with the elderly in a nursing facility.
She's very kind, very humble, the most humblest person you can ever imagine.
She's now pleading with the community to help her family better understand why this happened.
Help our family, bring Carisha to justice.
As police continue to ask for tips, videos, or any other information to help solve the case.
Knowing that, she's believed in God and she's going to heaven.
And police say they still do not know a motive or intention, but they remain confident that there is no threat to the community. In Port St. Lucie, I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
A suspect in the death of Ryan Rogers has been arrested, according to police Wednesday night. Palm Beach Gardens police confirmed to WPTV that an arrest has been made in Miami-Dade County, and a news conference was scheduled for this morning. Police said the suspect's name is being withheld at this time. The 14-year-old William T. Dwyer Community High School freshman was found dead November 16 near the Central Boulevard sidewalk at the Interstate 95 overpass, less than 24 hours after his mother reported him missing. Police said a bicycle was found near the body. Florida's lieutenant governor isn't surprised that a federal judge struck down two Biden administration rulings requiring healthcare workers and federal contractors be vaccinated against COVID-19. Jeanette Nunez says Floridians don't have to worry about risking being fired for not getting the shot.
Governor DeSantis has made it clear he's going to fight, like how whenever there is a mandate that comes down from Joe Biden and his cronies.
Nunez also promises there will be no more shutdowns because of Omicron or any other variant. Legislation is being filed in Tallahassee in memory of 19-year-old Mia Marcano. She was killed earlier this fall, allegedly by a maintenance worker at her Orlando apartment. Mia's mom, Yima Scarbriel, says her daughter's death was preventable.
Mia's law will prevent future incidents like this from ever happening again. Apartment complexes must be more diligent in implementing and enforcing policies and procedures that will ensure tenants are safe.
Lawmakers say the bill will protect tenants by, among other things, requiring 24-hour notice for workers to enter apartments. A SpaceX launch could light up the sky tonight. After a one-day delay, the company is set to launch more Starlink satellites from Cape Canaveral as part of its mission to bring high-speed broadband to the world. Lastly, you can stay in the house from home alone and live like a McAllister thanks to a listing from Airbnb. But here's the catch. Only one night is being offered. Now, on the plus side, it's only $25 for 4 people. The reservation listing will open on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern to book for December 12th. And just like in the movie, this house is located in the suburbs of Chicago. You'll get to set booby traps, have some of Chicago's finest pizza, meet Buzz's tarantula, and watch the newest film in the franchise, Home Sweet Home Alone. That sounds like a great night, beautiful in the Chicago suburbs, and that Chicago-style pizza tastes so good, I would be all for it. Buccaneers wide receiver Antonio Brown is expected to remain sidelined for at least 2 more weeks. Brown has been out since suffering an ankle injury in Week 6 at the Philadelphia Eagles, but Wednesday coach Bruce Arians said the wide receiver is actually dealing with a different injury than initially thought. Tonight, we're going to have a Thursday night football. It's the Cowboys and the Saints. Thursday night football game can be heard right here, WSTU AM 1450, starting at 8 o'clock. News time is 6:53 with weather and traffic together coming up.
.654 right now on the Get Up and Go Show, 54 minutes after the hour of 6 a.m. It's time for traffic and weather together. Here's Bonnie with the latest.
Not finding any accidents, so it's looking like a good ride for these early Thursday morning hours. If you're getting on the turnpike, if you're getting on I-95, things are looking good right here. And that's your latest look at traffic. 60 in Stewart now, and in Visegrad, Hungary this morning, rain showers and 45. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 50s under mostly clear skies and some patchy fog for the morning commute. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and low rain chances. Tomorrow and Friday, similar weather, morning lows starting off in the upper 50s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s, mostly sunny with low rain chances through the end of the work week. Sunday into Wednesday, morning lows in the mid to upper 60s, afternoon highs in the low 80s. Some showers possible, but any rainfall that we do see won't add up to a whole lot.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Sitting on my big old bum, I'll be sitting till my business is done. Till suddenly I drop my phone between my knees into the toilet bowl. I'm sitting on the porcelain throne, trying to find my expensive phone. Ooh, hoping that I still have that bag of rice.
Sitting on the porcelain throne. Who comes up with these things? That was actually pretty darn good.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
was
And
cute.
I
That
like
was
the
cute.
little phone dropping into the toilet sound effects.
Yeah,
too.
that was good. And then the little toilet bowl flushing going on there. That was pretty good. So we're going to play something from a group called Pentatonics, who was on the Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting last night. They were performing. They're an a cappella group, and all these sounds you hear are made with their mouths. No instruments at all, Bonnie.
Yeah, and they're just so popular this time of year.
Really, really good. Let's listen to Pentatonics and Let It Snow, Let It Snow, right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next.
When we finally kiss goodnight, how I ain't going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, on the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, but my dear, we're still goodbye. And as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. No, 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 no.
Live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Madam Announcer. It is a Thursday, December the 2nd, 2021.
What do you want to do today?
I don't know. I'm a little hungry. Maybe cook some food.
Good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
I like that. Let's put the shrimp on the Barbie.
I have to get ready for work.
All right, you get ready for work, and we'll put the shrimp on the Barbie, okay? It's 7:08 this morning. Mr. Clock, would you certify the time?
It's now 7:08 a.m.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled.
That's a sound cold. And Hark the Herald Angels Sing. That's a classic holiday hit, Bonnie.
All right.
Yeah.
All righty then.
Yes, Nat King Cole. Love Nat King Cole. Always makes you feel warm and fuzzy. One of his non-holiday songs I think about is Unforgettable.
I remember when he got together with his daughter, and no, his daughter actually got together with him because it was a posthumous thing. And they did a video with her and Nat, kind of their heads side by side, and put her vocals in with his. So
an Unforgettable?
Yeah. So it was father and daughter, and well, he was already deceased, but they put that together.
Yeah, it's amazing technology how they can do stuff like that.
I think that's really, really cool. What I find not so cool is where I don't think I would ever go to somebody's show where they what do they call it? Like I think they wanted to do it with Whitney Houston.
Hologram.
Yeah.
It's a hologram.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't find that to be, I feel like if that artist isn't here, obviously he wasn't here either,
Right.
but they're kind of like not putting it, I don't think they put it through a whole concert with his. But I have this feeling like if that artist isn't here to say yay or nay, don't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but it's just my feeling where I don't think I'd want to go to one of those.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, I'm right there with you. I agree, because if I'm going to go pay to see a concert and see somebody in concert, I want to see them while they're alive. I don't want to see like a likeness in a hologram or something of that sort, or their image projected up on the screen.
Because like people that are left are making money off of their imaging like that.
Yeah.
And through a complete concert, maybe if that person were here, they would or would not want it to be seen, but who knows?
Good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning.
Good morning there, Sunshine. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
Life is great. Life is great. We're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. We're off and running.
Off and running.
Yes, we're off and running to the races. We haven't crossed the finish line yet. That happens at 9:00.
And long race.
Yeah, it's a long race.
For me, it doesn't happen till 10 o'clock. Actually, 11 o'clock at night.
11
tonight, when my head finally hits the pillow.
You go to bed
That's
that
when
late at night?
I do, on Thursday and Friday night.
Oh, that's
usually.
right. Tonight's
Yeah.
a work night for you.
Oh, yeah. There's no Jeopardy or wheel watching for me tonight.
The only Jeopardy or wheel watching is going to be on the table, and that's it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. So you're off to work. Let me see. Today's your Dunkin' day, right?
It is.
Okay. Yeah. So she's got to go do her Dunkin' deal.
Very interesting.
Yep. Bonnie and I were talking about Christmas shopping and things that I like for Christmas, and I told Bonnie I'm a gadget guy, and she asked me if you had did your shopping for me, and I says, yeah, you're done and I'm done, and we're pretty much.
I'm not done.
Oh, you're not?
No, I still have to go shopping. I'm still not done.
I thought you're done for me.
Nope.
Oh, well, don't buy me
not
nothing
yet.
else, for gosh sakes.
I have to get a couple of things that go with what I've already bought.
If you know what, Evan, if I were in your shoes, if she could afford it, I would say keep buying. Yeah. Bring in some more stuff.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, I've gotten, I think, 4 things so far, but I put a lot of thought into the 4 things I bought.
Yeah, well, there's 12 or 13 things under your tree, under the tree,
I know,
and
and
you
I'm
have
like,
no idea.
okay,
You have no idea, Bonnie. They range in size. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, they range in size from this big,
Very like a small little
just
box.
like a
going.
small little wallet-sized box,
Yeah.
all the way up to a huge, heavy box that
Yeah.
had to be wrapped in the garage because it was delivered when she was home.
And I think I know what's in that huge heavy box too.
Don't give it
I'm
away.
pretty sure I know what it is.
Yeah, please don't give it away.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, please don't give it away. Yeah.
Right.
But see, the problem is he's so hard to buy for because when he wants something, he just buys it.
Yeah, I just go get it myself.
Well, then you got to use some reasoning and like get something that you and he would want like together. So in a sense, you're getting it for him, but you're really getting it for
Well,
yourself.
we bought the Ninja Foodie Grill.
That's right. Yeah. That's what we did last year.
Yeah.
Too. Like you. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
so
almost
it's
bought.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, babe.
Go ahead.
Get something for him that you're going to use too, and then you can kind of use it together and be happy.
Well, no, the 4 things I've gotten so far are.
Don't give it away.
I definitely think he's gonna like. I definitely put thought into it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I always put thought into things when I get them.
Now, I almost went and did something, and I stopped myself. I almost bought a set of pots and pans on TV.
That
off
you can
of TV
always use.
because I was watching.
Yeah.
I get hooked on these like infomercials that air, and Ninja had one out for these like nonstick pans.
Sometimes they get you, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I almost bought, and then I'm thinking, we have a good set underneath that are both induction ready. And I'm like, do we really need an extra set? And I'm like, I'm thinking, and I, for very rare occasion, I did not pull the trigger and buy them.
The Teflon one always gets me, where they have that nice pan and they're like swirling around that slick egg across it.
Yeah,
They're
no
frying an
stick.
egg, and it's all no stick, and
Yeah.
they just make it look real. I think for $9.99.
Yeah.
I almost want to order that one when
There
I
you
see
go.
it. There's something I do want to get though, for both he and I.
Mhm.
Like I saw it on the talk yesterday where they were advertising where you put a sheath or a thing over your head before you go to sleep at night, so it's dark. Or you can do it during the day if you've got to take a nap. But it's a Bluetooth. It's like a Bluetooth going to sleep set where plays music.
So it covers your eyes, and it's got
covers
the
your-
little earbuds that come down out of the the blinders and go in your ears as well. And you
Exactly.
can connect your phone to it.
And you're falling asleep to that. You can fall asleep
Oh.
to nice beach sounds or soft music
Oh,
or whatever
I
you
like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Then I could have my own ocean sounds when I sleep.
I think that's going to be like a good seller,
I
a
like
really
that.
good seller this year.
But wait, there's more.
I mean, that one had me, and usually something, if I watch something on a daytime talk show,
Mhm.
they're not going to sell me on this usually, because usually they're loud and obnoxious and annoying.
Gotcha.
But
Anyway,
that
hey,
one sold me.
we got to run. We got to get to birthdays and anniversaries before we get to the news. So I'm going to let you go and order up a triple cappuccino latte with extra whipped cream, chocolate chips, 2 pumps of caramel, and 3 shots of vodka in there, if you would, please. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Oh,
see-
you can sneak it in. Come
yeah,
on.
just sneak it in. Don't tell anybody. All right. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye. So anyway, we have birthdays and anniversaries, so let's get to that. If you were born in the month of December on the 2nd day, whatever year you were born, we say happy birthday to you. Bonnie, what do you got for me over there?
Happy birthday to John in the heavens.
John in the heavens.
Dear old friend
Good old
of
friend.
mine.
All right.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
In the history.
How
and-
long ago did he pass away?
History and broadcasting, and some years ago.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
we all loved John
All right.
up in Wisconsin.
All right. Well, he's in radio heaven
Yeah.
doing his radio show as we speak.
And
God
the
bless
sports and
Love
miss him, man.
Love it. Good guy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Charlie Puth is 30 years old today. His biggest hit was See You Again.
Charlie who? Poof?
Charlie
Poof?
Puth. P-U-T-H.
I have never heard of him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You need to look him up.
Okay.
He's very, very, very popular.
And what did he do?
His biggest hit was See You Again with Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, I'll look that up. Good sounds.
As soon as you hear that song,
Yeah.
See You Again,
I'll know it.
You'll say, I know who this is.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Broken Toe Man himself.
Oh, and I loved it in that game last week with the Rams
Mhm.
when he towed that first touchdown
Yeah.
in on his very own toe,
I know,
broken
right?
toe.
38 years old today.
And since I'm getting into Jeopardy, I got to go back and watch him now
Uh-huh.
hosting Jeopardy.
There you go.
That's going to be like really cool. 38, huh?
38 years old today.
Yeah.
How about Oops, I Did It Again? Who do you think of when you hear that?
Must be Brittany.
That's right. Brittany's 40 years old today. She's a member of the Lordy Lordy Look I'm 40 Club.
Yeah, and free now, and she's a free
Yeah.
woman now.
Yeah, she can do what she wants now.
She apparently can do what she wants with all of her earnings.
Yeah. Nelly Furtado is 43.
Oh, what was she? What did she? What
She
did
had
Nelly
a,
do?
I hear the song. It's an earworm song, and it's playing in my head right now.
I got to look it up because
Yeah, please
we used
do.
to play it in the day. And
That's all I remember.
what did she do? Now, I'm not finding it.
Google Nelly Furtado songs.
I did. Promiscuous.
That's it. Promiscuous.
Was it Promiscuous?
That was her big hit. Yes, Promiscuous.
Oh, and I'm Like a Bird.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Promiscuous
that song
was the
drove
big
me
hit.
crazy.
Yep.
Yep.
Monica Seles, the tennis star, is 48 years old today. Treach from Naughty by Nature, 51 years old today. Wow.
Treach.
Yeah,
What kind of name is Treach?
I have no idea. That's his name. That's probably his rap name.
Reminds me of Screech
Yeah.
from Saved by the Bell.
Yep.
Who I think we lost him. He died not too long ago. I
Mhm.
think.
Rick Savage from Def Leppard is 61 years old today. Some of their biggest hits: Photograph, Rock of Ages, Foolin', Pour Some Sugar on Me.
And the
That is-
bassist and vocalist
Yep.
from Def Leppard.
Yep. Pour Some Sugar on Me is one of the top songs played in adult clubs for dancers to dance to.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I bet.
Mhm.
I'm sure it is.
Used to be in that business a long
You
time
know,
ago.
Def Leppard, they're one of my favorite bands from back in the day.
Great,
I think
great rock band.
I like Toto, and I think they're up there with like Toto and Journey for me.
Love those groups. Love those groups. Excellent choices. Stone Phillips. Remember him? He was a broadcaster, 67 years old today.
Yeah.
Kathleen Crosby is 77 years old today.
She was on that show. That's incredible.
You better believe it.
Do you remember that show, Evan?
I
The
do.
premise of it?
I
And
do.
They showed people doing those tremendous stunts and all that, weird things.
Yep.
And yeah.
The fashion designer who was murdered by his gay ex-lover,
From-
Gianni Versace.
From that happened down in Miami.
Sure did.
I think.
Sure did. Passed away in 97, celebrating a birthday
And
today.
did the gay lover come from all the way up from Michigan or somewhere?
I
Was,
think so. I'm
like,
not
from
sure.
far away, but it
Not
was
sure,
all.
Dave.
They all, yeah.
Not sure.
What year did that happen?
That happened. He passed away in 97.
97.
Yeah, he passed
That
away in
was
97.
quite a while ago.
Sure was.
Yeah.
Today is National Mutt Day. So make sure and show your mutt, your pooch, lots of love. We did that last night. Every night, the dog climbs in bed and cuddles.
Oh, I know.
For like
It's
5 minutes. And the
oh.
minute you stop showing the dog attention,
Yeah.
she jumps out of the bed and leaves.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Then where does she go? Up in your chair?
She's ruined my chair, literally ruined my
A
chair.
lot of dog hair in there.
Yeah, my chair's ruined.
You got to get one of those pet lint scrapers, the pet lint brush.
There's a hole in
Lint
my
brush.
there's a hole in my chair.
Is there really
And
now?
I'm not dealing too well with
She
that.
poked a hole from
with her nails.
one of her nails. Oh boy. Oh my gosh.
Today is also Business of Popping Corn Day. What would life be without the heavenly smelling, buttery tasting, crunchy snack
Yeah.
that we all love?
And I love that AMC theater corn. I was munching on that at the movie show on Saturday.
Mhm.
And I was just like thinking, man, this is the best I've ever tasted.
Mhm.
And now they're selling that too over the counter. Can get it in stores soon, I think.
It's also National Fritters Day. Fritters are easy to cook and exist in different forms in cuisines all across the world.
Gotta love those conch fritters.
Oh,
right?
they're so good.
Yeah.
They're really good. And lastly, it's National Safety Razor Day. Safety razor shaving is the epitome of classic revolutionary low-tech inventions that completely changed our lives. Bonnie, would you believe I have never, ever, ever in my life shaved with a razor.
Never.
Never,
Not even
ever.
one little speck of body part.
Don't even want to try it.
Really?
I have no desire. I am an electric razor.
Oh, never tried the razor.
Never.
That's one that is
I
kind of
am
hard
afraid.
to believe.
I am deathly afraid of trying a blade on my
Because
face.
I mean, even when you were growing up as a young lad, the Bic razors, on the stick,
Yep.
were your
Bic on
dad.
a stick is what it was called.
Your dad probably had them, and did you just wait to get that electric razor? Or
My
did your
dad bought me my first electric razor.
Yeah.
It was a Remington.
Okay.
When I was probably 15 or 16 years old.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm deathly afraid to try a razor.
It's amazing.
Deathly afraid.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it.
Wow.
Anyway, it's 7:23. 23 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock on the Get Up and Go Show. It's time for news, all brought to you by the Joint Chiropractic. Come visit now in Port St. Lucie at the shops of St. Lucie West. Bonnie is standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. The first case of the Omicron variant of COVID-19 in the U.S. was announced Wednesday, which medical experts said was inevitable. And WPTV's Matt Cessny was live at Palm Beach International Airport with reactions to possible travel restrictions in the near future.
Yeah, Michael, just as air travel was picking up around the country, and especially here in South Florida, as you said, this new variant could be leading to more change. And among the changes coming, the restrictions coming, that is, faster testing for passengers. In the world of air travel, where masks and tests already seem to be the norm, many passengers were accepting of tighter restrictions that may be coming for international travel.
I just came back from Mexico a couple days ago and had to test, and I did the online where they watch you and make sure it's you. And so
it went pretty smooth.
Yeah.
The White House and CDC are reportedly ready to impose 24-hour testing for passengers returning to the U.S. and maybe more testing after arriving. Travel agent Linda Jelenkovich of Super Travel Palm Beach says so far it's not stopping her travelers.
People are starting to hear about it. Not everybody has heard about it. So they're starting to hear about it. In fact, I was hearing that coming back in that you might have, even after you come back in, you might have to quarantine yourself days. And that's still, I don't know if that's going to stay put or not.
It's a little bit of a pain, but I think it's the right thing to do. Keep people safe.
John Edelman from Philadelphia arrived in West Palm Beach and is heading to the Dominican Republic for a family reunion vacation.
But I don't think it's a terrible idea to have testing before you get here. I mean, the last thing we want is to bring in variants that are rising in other countries.
Definitely, people are tired of staying home. They want to go. They are tired of the lockdown.
And that seems to be the bottom line. Even with this variant, people do want to travel. Here at PBIA, there are few international flights, but I'm told Canadian arrivals will start up here in just a few days. We're live at Palm Beach International Airport. Matt Cessny, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Florida's lieutenant governor isn't surprised that a federal judge struck down 2 Biden administration rulings requiring healthcare workers and federal contractors be vaccinated against COVID-19. Jeanette Nunez says Floridians don't have to worry about risking being fired for not getting the shot.
Governor DeSantis has made it clear he's going to fight, like how whenever there is a mandate that comes down from Joe Biden and his cronies.
Nunez also promises there will be no more shutdowns because of Omicron or any other variant. A SpaceX launch could light up the sky tonight after a one-day delay. The company is set to launch more Starlink satellites from Cape Canaveral as part of its mission to bring high-speed broadband around the world. An initiative 4 years in the making is looking for its final push. The Florida Highwaymen will host an event tonight to encourage people to purchase its specialty license plate, which needs 3,000 pre-sale vouchers before October before production can begin. Vouchers can be purchased for $39.95, and representatives from the St. Lucie Tax Collector's Office will be on site to assist. The event will be from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Treasure Coast Lexus dealership, 5121 US 1 in Fort Pierce. Purchasers will be entered into a drawing to win a Highwayman painting. The first 25 attendees over the age of 70 will be given a free prepaid voucher for a license plate. If you're not able to afford the Highwayman painting, you can definitely have one on your car, said Doretha Hare Truesdell, widow of the original and founding Highwayman Alfred Hare. And lastly, a guy in Massachusetts had open heart surgery last month. Then a friend sent him a get well soon card with a lottery ticket inside, and it hit for $1 million. And here's the fun one. It was a crossword style ticket where he had to spell out 11 different words to win $1 million. And keep in mind, we mentioned he had open heart surgery last month. The last one he spelled out at the bottom of the ticket was the word heart. Now, there's your heartfelt story for the morning, and good for his winnings. Well, the Magic are back in the win column after knocking off the Nuggets 108-103 in Orlando. The Heat were outscored in every quarter and were crushed by the Cavaliers 111-85 in Miami. And the Miami Heat All-Star center Bam Adebayo will undergo surgery to repair a torn ulnar collateral ligament in his right thumb, the team announced on Wednesday. And he is expected to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, which would cause him to miss between 15 to 20 games. Our news time 7:28 with weather and traffic together next.
$7:29, 29 minutes after the hour of 7 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie has the latest.
Well, it's looking really good, Evan, on our highways right now. The major highways nice and clear right here. So is US 1, and both looking good in Martin and St. Lucie counties at the moment. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 60 right now in Palm City, and in Nantucket, Massachusetts, a cloudy 48. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 50s under mostly clear skies and some patchy fog for the morning commute. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and low rain chances. Tomorrow and Friday, similar weather, morning lows starting off in the upper 50s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s, mostly sunny with low rain chances through the end of the work week. Sunday into Wednesday, morning lows in the mid to upper 60s, afternoon highs in the low 80s. Some showers possible, but any rainfall that we do see won't add up to a whole lot.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you live on the air. Give us a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
7:34 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie, 34 minutes after the hour of 7 a.m. And joining us on our line right now is a gentleman that really needs no introduction. He's a staple here in the community. A lot of people know exactly who he is. One of the classiest dressers out there as well. He heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber. It is Joe Catcherbone. And folks, again, I say this wholeheartedly. If you are not a member of the chamber, you need to join up. The possibilities are endless. Promotion is endless. Everything is endless. It's very reasonable, very, very affordable. And the networking literally never ends. Joe Catcherbone is joining us on our line right now. Joe, good morning to you.
Good morning, Evan and Bonnie. How are you?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you're not wearing a suit as you're doing this interview right now.
Either that or some very classy pajamas.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, yesterday I had jeans on and dressed down. We put up the Christmas decorations yesterday, and I put the lights up outside, so I was up on a ladder, and I didn't think wearing a suit was too good an idea. And then we did a lot of cleanup, and we filled up the dumpster with stuff, you know. So
yeah.
So yesterday I was a dress down day for me.
All right, very good, very good. How are things going at the chamber these days? How's Amy? How is the entire staff doing over there?
Everybody's great. You know, it was such a great. You know, you always hear me talk about how great our staff is. And,
yeah.
And I mean, it was yesterday. It was a total team effort. I mean, decorating the tree, putting up the tree, putting up the lights, cleaning out the storage area. It was a whole total team effort yesterday. And so everyone's great. Everyone is doing really well.
That's always good to hear. That's always good to hear.
It is, because when you have to do all that, sometimes it really does take a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, things have slowed down a little bit. You know, everybody is now in the mentality, let's wait till after the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of a slowdown. I think I had 2 phone calls yesterday, and one was from Barb. So not too many people reaching out to us.
Gotcha. What events are coming up in the next month or so that we can discuss that are happening with the chamber?
Well, we don't have any real big events. You know, we're closed between Christmas and New Year's, so it's sort of an abbreviated month. But the next big show will be the Health and Wealth Show, which is on February 26th. That was originally scheduled for March, and we had a problem with our venue, so they had no dates available for us that worked for us in March, so we moved it up to February 26th. And it'll be at the Flagler Center, and there'll be a 5K run involved with it. You'll hear more about it coming up. We're working on the advertising and promotional stuff on it right now, so that's our next big event.
What's the date on that, Joe? What's the date on that?
February 26th.
And what day?
And it's at the Flagler.
Is that on a Saturday, or is it on?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, on the 26th, you said, right?
Yes.
All right. We'll have to look into that. Maybe get into the 5K run or something.
Yeah. That
Bonnie likes to run.
The local running club is working with us on that.
Ooh, what fun!
So it'll be done professionally. You know, we don't know anything about doing a 5K run or putting it on, things of that nature. So we've got professionals involved, and Candace Lopes from Skin Serenity Spa, who's one of our board members, is chairing it, and you know, that's right up her alley. You know, that health and wealth, and so it'll be good. It's much like the show, Evan, that you were in, the holiday trade show.
Yes.
We'll have probably anywhere from 40 to 50 exhibitors.
Okay. And speaking of holiday trade show, I have to say thank you again for having me and participating. The folks at the Barn Theater called me up the other day, and they have a big event coming up that we're actually going to have them on the air to talk about in the near future. It's coming up, I think, in March of next year. It's their 50th anniversary, I do believe. and it's going to be at the Elliott Museum.
Oh, right. 50 years of the
Yeah,
barn.
they're bringing the photo booth in, Joe.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. That's that people. If people haven't seen it or don't know what you do with that photo booth, it's amazing.
Thanks.
It really is. That was the highlight for me, the highlight of the trade show.
I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled by your kind words. Thank you so much. I appreciate
And
that.
who took the best photo that night?
Well, of course, Joe Catcherbone. Who do you think?
Why, of
I
course.
mean, that goes without question.
Oh, are you
Honey,
kidding?
I can't believe you asked that question.
Every time I turn my back, here comes Joe with another group of ladies.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get our picture taken.
And Joe took the most photos.
He did. He did. But you know what? That's what it's there for.
Awesome.
It's there to have fun, and that's the whole
yeah.
purpose of it.
People really
And
do.
it was. It
Yeah.
was. And I still have those photos on my phone.
Good. That's a beautiful thing. You should print them off and put them right up in your office.
Oh, I can't put another thing up in my office. I got 30 some years of stuff in here.
So you guys are going to be dark the week of Christmas all the way through the end of the year, right?
Yeah, we'll be closed on the 24th, and we'll
Okay.
reopen on, I think it's the 2nd or 3rd of January.
All right. And speaking of Christmas week, I will be out the week of the 20th, so I will miss you that week. So everything just kind of falls into
Okay.
place also as well.
So we won't be calling in that week.
No, we won't be doing the interview that week. No. Nope. You'll they will do a blended show. G and Ray are going to be on
Okay,
our station
great.
here.
So for December, we've got a breakfast on the 7th at the Grace Place, and I want to tell you, if you have never seen the Grace Place, especially, it's something to behold. It's just really beautiful.
Where's it located at?
On Salerno Road.
Okay.
It's just a beautiful venue, and they do just a really, really beautiful job for us. Then the next day on the 8th, we have our networking luncheon at Mariner Sands Country Club, another beautiful venue, sponsored by Love Chiropractic. On the 14th, we've got a breakfast at the VNA, Visiting Nurse Association on Monterey Road. On the 15th, we've got another, of course, December is this business after hours at the Hutchinson Island Marriott Resort and Marina. They have carving stations. They have sushi. They have, I mean, you can't imagine. And it's done poolside, outside. And if there's a covered area, I think one year we had a slight drizzle, but usually the weather is really great. And it's just another beautiful venue. And they bend over backwards to make it special.
And this is where again?
At the Hutchinson Island Marriott.
Oh, yes.
The old IRP.
Oh, yes. I know exactly where it is. And they do have that covered area outside right by the pool.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, they just outdo themselves. It amazes me every year. It's just amazing what they do for us.
Will this one be on a Wednesday or a Thursday night, Joe?
Wednesday. Our business after hours are always on a Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. Okay.
So even though it's an abbreviated month, we still give our members the opportunity to get out there and network and do their thing. And that's it. And our networking events are just amazing, as you know, or if you've been to a couple of them, and the numbers just increase. People want to get out. And I attribute that to the fact, and I think I may have said this before, normally during good times, people don't need to network. They're too busy. But I think with the advent of working at home, people are in front of their computers 6, 8, 10 hours a day. They're stuck in the house and they want to get out. They want to network. They need to. They need to see other people because they're in the house all day, working on the computer.
Yeah, you can, get kind of sick and ill and depressed if you just kind of hang out in the house all day.
Oh, I know, especially when COVID was at its peak and nobody really went anywhere, and was just like we would go from here and your job was shut down. We would go from here, go to home, and nobody left. We were just stuck in our houses.
Yeah,
and that was awful.
People just getting those hobbies, looking for those hobbies back then. And now people just itching to get out.
Yeah.
We give them that opportunity, and they turn out. God bless them.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Joe, give out your information, how people can get a hold of you any which way.
Can I mention a couple of new members?
Yeah, I was going to get to that. Please do, by all means.
Yeah, Amy got a couple this week. Mosquito Joe, it's called the Grounds Guys, and they do pest control and fertilize lawns and that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Marsh McClellan Agency, and Paige Darby is the owner. It's an insurance agency. Then they're in Port St. Lucie. We're getting more and more members from Port St. Lucie. Really,
that's a good thing.
And ADAP, they're in West Palm Beach, and they do employee leasing and payroll services and HR outsourcing. So, we're not just Martin County Chamber of Commerce. We've got, I'll bet you 15 or 18% of our members in St. Lucie County. And we've got quite a few in Palm Beach County too. So people hear about us, know about us, and they feel they want to do business in Martin County. Obviously, that's why they join our chamber.
Yeah, definitely. So it's more exposure. That's what we talk about all the time.
Yes.
It's literally limitless without a doubt.
So my phone number, 772-287-1088. My extension's 108.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Or our website, stuartmartinchamber.org.
There you have it, folks. That's how you get a hold of the man, as he is referred to. The man with the plan that heads up the Stuart Martin Chamber, Joe Catrabone. He joins us each and every Thursday at this time with an update from the chamber. Joe, listen, have a great week. Please give our regards to everybody there at the chamber, and we will talk to you real soon.
Thank you, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, you too. Have a fantastic weekend. 7:45 right now, the time 45 minutes past the hour of 7 a.m. It's time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Port St. Lucie police are still trying to figure out who shot and killed 45-year-old Carisha Brissett inside her Town Park home in Tradition. WPTV's Megan McRoberts reporting from Tradition.
Family of Carisha Brissett told me tonight that she just moved to this area in February. They say she was quiet, very involved in her church, and that's why they say it's hard for them to understand why she would be targeted like this.
She does have family that's going to really miss her. And it's not fair to somebody to do that to her because she had her whole life ahead of her.
Corrine Samuels holds back tears when she talks about her older cousin, 45-year-old Carisha Brissett.
She was like a big sister to me.
Despite an age gap between the two of about 15 years, Corrine says the two often kept in touch on Facebook.
We both grew up in Jamaica, migrated to the U.S., so I knew her my whole life.
She says Carisha came to Florida about 10 years ago, but bought her house in Tradition on Southwest Stockton Place in the Town Park community. Corrine says she hadn't seen Carisha in years, but her whole family says they can't imagine why someone would target her like police believe.
At this time, I don't even know who or why somebody would do that to her.
Tuesday morning, police say she didn't show up for work. A friend went to her home, found the back door shattered, and 13 spent shell casings on the patio. Carisha was found dead in her bedroom.
We never expected this to happen to her, of all people, because she's, very religious, very into her church and everything.
Corrine says in the family, Carisha was more of the quiet, observant type. She never had kids, but Corrine last knew Carisha to be working with the elderly in a nursing facility.
She's very kind, very humble, the most humblest person you can ever imagine.
She's now pleading with the community to help her family better understand why this happened.
Help our family, bring Carisha to justice.
As police continue to ask for tips, videos, or any other information to help solve the case.
Brings me comfort knowing that, she's believed in God and she's going to heaven.
And police say they still do not know a motive or intention, but they remain confident that there is no threat to the community. In Port St. Lucie, I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
A suspect in the death of Ryan Rogers has been arrested, according to police Wednesday night. Palm Beach Gardens police confirmed to WPT County, and a news conference was scheduled for this morning. Police said the suspect's name is being withheld at this time. The 14-year-old William T. Dwyer Community High School freshman was found dead November 16 near the Central Boulevard sidewalk at the Interstate 95 overpass. Less than 24 hours after his mother reported him missing, police said a bicycle was found near the body. And retired FBI agent John McVeigh spoke to WPTV, calling the arrest good police work, that they could have done this within 2 weeks, especially if it's a stranger, he said. It could have been a case that seriously could have went for a long time without being solved, according to McVeigh. A motive for the killing was not immediately known. Still, it provided a sense of relief from parents and residents concerned that a killer walked among them. California is the location of the first case of the Omicron COVID variant confirmed in the U.S. It has not yet been identified in Florida, but Dr. Jason Wilson of Tampa General Hospital thinks it's just a matter of time, but it can be handled.
Again, I think the public should recognize that almost 2 years into this pandemic now, we're pretty good at this.
Dr. Wilson agrees with those who say the next few weeks will be critical in understanding the new variant. A summer trial is likely for lawsuits seeking millions of dollars in damages from the collapse of a Florida beachfront condominium that killed 98 people, a judge said Wednesday. The time frame for a trial to begin or August, Miami-Dade Circuit Judge Michael Hansman said at a hearing. He added that he won't look with favor on delays. I'm not granting extensions or continuances, not in this case, Hansman said. Come next summer, we're going to be picking a jury in this case. It's not going to go beyond that. The lawsuits filed in the aftermath of the 12-story Champlain Towers South collapse on June 24 in Surfside seek to affix blame and collect money for the victims, family members, and property owners. The collapse came as the building was undergoing its 40-year recertification, which likely meant steep assessments for condo owners to finance structural and other problems identified several years earlier. Lastly, Dr. Mehmet Oz, the celebrity heart surgeon best known as the host of TV's Dr. Oz show after rocketing to fame on Oprah, announced Tuesday that he's running for Pennsylvania's open U.S. Senate seat as a Republican. Oz, age 61, will bring his unrivaled name recognition and wealth to a wide-open race that is expected to be among the nation's most competitive and could determine control of the Senate in next year's election. Major League Baseball locked out its players early Thursday morning, certifying the game's first work stoppage in more than a quarter century after months of talks yielded little progress toward a new labor contract. ESPN's Jeff Passan has more.
I'm not trying to pat myself on the back here, but 5 years ago to this day, the last time a collective bargaining agreement was successfully negotiated, I talked with people, and that night they said a labor war is coming. There is going to be a work stoppage in 2021. The fact that long ago they could see this on the horizon shows that the chasm between the two sides is not something that has just instantaneously come upon us. This is something that's been brewing for a better part of a decade now, and this is the upshot. Listen, we've been here with Major League Baseball before. The amount of work stoppages seemed like practically every year in the 1970s and early 1980s. But the fact that they've had more than a quarter century of peace to this point really has gone a long way to making people feel almost comfortable. And I think the players see this as a necessary reckoning for them to get back what they have lost over the years.
In the meantime, this is the closest recent lapse back into the ways of old baseball labor relations, in which the parties fought consistently with work stoppages in 1972, 1973, 1976, 1980, where they had a strike, and 1981, where they had a strike. Time will tell if this era of labor portends something different. News time at 7:53 with weather and traffic together next.
7:54 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie has another look outside.
Well, everything looks good, too, on our highways this Thursday morning. Yes, if you're heading out, you got to arrive by 8:30. We think you'll arrive on time. The traffic looking fine, including the Turnpike and I-95 this morning. If you see something, say something. Let us know at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. Partly cloudy, 61 in Stuart. It's 40 degrees in Tournai, Belgium. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 50s under mostly clear skies and some patchy fog for the morning commute. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and low rain chances. Tomorrow and Friday, similar weather, morning lows starting off in the upper 50s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s, mostly sunny with low rain chances through the end of the work week. Sunday into Wednesday, morning lows in the mid to upper 60s, afternoon highs in the low 80s. Some showers possible, but any rainfall that we do see won't.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It is 7:58, 58 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. And coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, Marty Jacobson's going to be here. He heads up Seniors versus Crime. And one thing that's that happens a lot, especially at holiday time, is a lot of people try to take advantage and scam senior citizens, whether it's with credit card fraud, whatever it may be. Marty Jacobson is your go-to guy, and he's going to have all the information on how to prevent all of this from happening, what to look for, the telltale signs, that red flags that go up, if your phone rings. I mean, it's just, there's so many different ways that people out there are trying to scam senior citizens over the holidays, and we want to try to assist you and make that not happen.
It's atrocious when it does.
It really is.
And we find that the elderly, particularly this time of year, get scammed a lot.
It is. Folks, don't go anywhere. We have more stuff coming up after the news. Right here at WSTU, Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. Enjoy the music.
You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. It is a Thursday, December the 2nd, 2021.
I am not a morning person. Wake me at 10.
All right, I'll wake you at 10, but I've been up since 4.
Hey, wake up, stupid!
Like I said, I've been up since 4.
Remove him from the chambers.
All right, you can remove me. Then there'll be nobody to run all this equipment, but that's okay. It's 8:08 on the Get Up and Go show this morning. Mr. Clock, would you please certify?
It's now 8:08 a.m.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
One of those timeless classics from Mr. Andy Williams, Bonnie.
You just have all the classics this
I do.
holiday season.
I've got them all. I come prepared. I have to. Because if I don't, then somebody's going to rag on me. I don't want nobody ragging
Who
on me.
would rag on you?
Well, probably Marty Jacobson
I
would.
don't know.
He's our guest this morning on our line. He heads up Seniors versus Crime, and he is coming to us live from, I'm assuming you're at Sandhill Crane at the softball fields, right, this morning, Marty?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me there?
Yeah, I hear you fine. He's getting ready to play softball this morning with some of the guys that I know at 8:30, his first pitch.
Is that fine park out on Walton Road as you go way out toward Indian River Drive?
Yes, it is. And we have a bunch of seniors out here getting ready to play softball.
And he's going to educate them about crime before they start playing ball.
There'll be no crime before it's
That's
time.
right.
No, you can watch us play ball. That might be a crime in itself.
Oh, gee.
I'm sure you do better than most, Marty.
Hey, they're running a special. There's no charge today if you want to go watch the boys play, so it's free for everybody.
It sounds like a fun time, though.
It
you
is.
know?
The guys have a good time. You know,
Yeah.
it's great. It keeps them active. It keeps them young and from staying
And
in
it
the
keeps us
house.
married.
Yeah, that's true. Also,
Do they still have the volleyball courts out there, too?
Yes, they do. It's right next to the softball field.
Yeah, I got to get on a volleyball league.
Wow.
Go play. Yeah.
There you go, Bonnie. So let's have a conversation this morning. It's holiday time. People are out shopping. People's phones are ringing. Their cell phones are ringing. And scamming is probably going to be at an all-time high around holiday season, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And let me start off by saying that Seniors versus Crime was started in 1989. We're a special project of the Florida Attorney General's office. Our job is to catch bad people that do bad things to senior citizens through con artistry, fraud, exploitation, and deceptive business practices. Now, what we do is we mitigate on behalf of the victims and work to get their monies back. However, we have other avenues that include fines, litigation, and avenues to criminal prosecution. This time of the year is sort of unique because while we have all the scams going on all the time, as you mentioned, there are different groups out there that profess to be charities, some legitimate, some not so legitimate, and they target your heartstrings. And our senior population is very generous, and sometimes the money that you donate doesn't go to where you think it's going.
Mm-hmm. You know, one of the things that comes to mind and something that's actually happened to me on the phone is you have the bell ringers that are ringing the bells for the Salvation Army. Those are legit charities, very legit. But now when your phone starts ringing and they say, hey, we're with the Salvation Army, would you like to give? You know what? Light bulb goes off, and very simply you can say, I'd rather go right down to my local bell ringer and put the money in the kettle.
Evan, you didn't need me here today. You just made my pitch. But let me add to that. Sometimes the charities are legitimate.
Right.
However, the way that they raise the money raises your eyebrows. For instance, if you get a telephone call, you see something on the television, you get an email or something on your computer, and it tugs at your heartstrings, these are professional fundraisers, and a large portion of your donation will go to that professional fundraiser rather than the organization. So what you should do, if you want them to get 100% of your donation, and maybe if they have a local office, send your check to the local office and make sure you earmark it for the cause that you want it to go to. Otherwise, these marketing companies are going to take, 80-85% of your donation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of these charities, they don't have a means to raise money, so they rationalize and hire a professional fundraiser because 15% of a dollar is better than no percent of a dollar. But you have to vet these charities and know who you're giving to.
Marty, a lot of times too, they will, like you said, they'll send emails. And another thing is when they give you a link, never click a link. That is like the worst thing to do because number one, it could put a virus on your computer. Number two, it can capture all your personal information, and then you're really up the creek without a paddle.
I did that a while ago when I saw a link where I could get like a $25 Shark vacuum
Mhm.
or maybe one for free even, and I
Yeah.
clicked the link and then I was just like in a little troubled ball game afterward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's too good to be true, don't click.
That's true. And again, something else you want to do is make a decision. Do I want to donate to this organization when their administrative directors make $1,000 a year?
Mm-hmm.
So you can check some of these things out. If you go to the Florida Department of Agriculture, Consumer Affairs, charities in Florida have to register. But that website does not share with you the financial information or the validity of that organization. So you might want to go a step further. Now, our Better Business Bureau has online what they call a gift giving alliance, and it lists hundreds of charities, not all of them, and what their executive staff get paid and how the money is distributed. So that might help you as well.
That is
And then
like really good to
there's
know,
Yeah, and then there's other websites too. You can simply make a call. If you want to donate to a religious group, a children's group, a society issues group, animal group or environmental group, call them up personally and find out what's the best way to make my donation to avoid those marketing costs.
Marty, let me ask you a question. If you're going to make a donation to a charity, what is the best way to do it? Would you suggest use a credit card or write a check or basically hand deliver it right there? Obviously, that's the most reputable one, is to hand deliver the check if you can, right?
Right. I would consider using a check versus a credit card because once you put that online or offer that to them, it's out there in the system. Of course, cash provides temptations to people, whatever their intent is. So usually a check is the best bet. And as a side note, the Internal Revenue Service this year will allow you to deduction per person or $600 per couple without itemizing in this year's tax code.
Really? So you don't have to itemize where each donation went, as long it's basically on the honor system. You can put down where it went, and you can total up your donations, and it's $600 for a married couple.
Yes, but again, you have to have a valid charity. It can't be the retirement home for retired radio talk show hosts.
Thanks a lot, Marty. I knew there a cheap dig in there somewhere. I knew it was coming.
Well, you know my other occupation.
I know you're a commodian. Yes.
Can you file it for like a single, like a
course
single
you can.
taxpayer if
Sure you
you've
can.
donated throughout the year and
$300.
And don't you have to show proof of the giving that you did?
Of course, you need a receipt, and most are valid. Charitable organizations will provide you a receipt.
Like, for instance, Bonnie, here's a great example. If you take a closet full of old clothes and drop it off to Goodwill, and they will ask you, would you like a receipt?
Oh, I always get that.
And
but let me say from experience, I don't think that's a qualified expense. And I don't work for the IRS, but I think it has to be a cash donation.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, I don't work for the IRS, but I believe that's what the code code says.
All right. All right. Very good.
I never take those receipts when they ask me anyway. I'm like, no, I don't. I don't need my receipt. Just take my old things and put them to your best use.
Marty, off
But,
the
you know, there's so many charitable organizations here locally,
Mhm.
religious organizations, children's groups, you know, help agencies. You know, you're not at a loss, and they would appreciate if you kept the money locally.
Yes.
And what you might want to send to a national organization, do you want that money to be spent in another community, or would you like to keep it here?
And definitely for our furried friends, there's also the Humane Society is another organization you can make
Yeah.
a donation to as well, right, Marty?
Oh, yes, certainly. So many great organizations here, you know, and my job at Seniors versus Crime is not just to help people that are victims, but to help people from becoming victims. And that's a large part of what we do.
And you have done that countless times. It's a tiring task, but you have a whole staff of people in your local office that work alongside of you and help prevent seniors from getting scammed. Marty, if people want to reach out to you and even maybe have you come and speak at their condo associations or anything like that, your organization does things like that, doesn't it?
Yes, we do. We have 38 offices throughout the state of Florida. Our local office is at the tax collector's office of Tradition in Port St. Lucie, but we'll go anywhere in the state. Our number is 1-800-203-3099, or you can go to www.seniorsvscrime.com.
And what's the before we leave too, what's the biggest scam on elderly people that you have seen of late?
In the Port St. Lucie, Treasure Coast area, we're having big issues with contractor fraud. There's so much development. Contractors are overextending their abilities. Some of them can't provide the services that they wanted. There's cost increases that affect services. So that's probably number one in our area right now.
That makes a lot of sense with
Yeah, it
all of
really
the
does.
developing and building that's going on.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, definitely so. The website you want to go to, folks, Seniors versus Crime, seniorsvscrime.com. The number to call, 1-800-203-3099. If you want Marty Jacobson to come and speak in your community for your condo association, your clubhouse, your development, give them a call, 800-203-3099. They'll come out, they'll educate you, and an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, without a doubt.
And I'm 200 pounds, so that's a lot of prevention.
That darn right that is.
A whole lot of Marty.
Hey, Marty, hit one over the fence for me today and put a little bit of weight into it, okay?
Yeah, we'll do. Thank you very much.
All right. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Maybe he's waiting for the breeze to blow that ball.
I know, right? Exactly. I can dig on him a little bit. He's a great guy and he has a great sense of humor. We love Marty.
He's terrific.
He is. It's time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. This morning, gold's going to be opening up at $1,778.50 an ounce, and silver opening up at $22.47 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. 8:21 right now, 21 minutes past the hour of 8 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for news brought to you by the Joint Chiropractic. Come visit them now in Port St. Lucie at the shops of St. Lucie West. Bonnie standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A suspect in the death of Ryan Rogers has been arrested, according to police Wednesday night. Palm Beach Gardens police confirmed to WPTV that an arrest has been made in Miami-Dade County, and a news conference was scheduled for Thursday morning. Police said the suspect's name is being withheld at this time. The 14-year-old William T. Dwyer Community High School freshman was found dead November 16 near the Central Boulevard sidewalk at the Interstate 95 overpass, less than 24 hours after his mother reported him missing, police said. A bicycle was found near the body. Cindy Rogers wrote on Facebook that her son went out for a bicycle evening on November 15 and didn't return home. Retired FBI agent John McVeigh spoke to WPTV, calling the arrest good police work, that they could have done this within 2 weeks, especially if it's a stranger. He said it could have been a case that seriously could have went for a long time without being solved. McVeigh said a motive for the killing was not immediately known. Still, it provided a sense of relief from parents and residents concerned that a killer walked among them. Florida's lieutenant governor isn't surprised that a federal judge struck down 2 Biden administration rulings requiring healthcare workers and federal contractors to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Jeanette Nunes says Floridians don't have to worry about risking being fired for not getting the shot.
Governor DeSantis has made it clear he's going to fight, like how whenever there is a mandate that comes down from Joe Biden and his cronies.
Nunes also promises there will be no more shutdowns because of Omicron or any other variant. Legislation is being filed in Tallahassee in memory of 19-year-old Maya Marcano. She was killed earlier this fall, allegedly by a maintenance worker at her Orlando apartment. Maya's mom, Yema Scarbriel, says her daughter's death was preventable.
Maya's law will prevent future incidents like this from ever happening again. Apartment complexes must be more diligent in implementing and enforcing policies and procedures that will ensure tenants are safe.
Lawmakers say the bill will protect tenants by, among other things, requiring 24-hour notice for workers to enter apartments. An initiative for 4 years actually in the making, is looking for its final push. The Florida Highwaymen will host an event Thursday night to encourage people to purchase its specialty license plate, which needs 3,000 pre-sale vouchers before October, before production can be purchased for $39.95, and representatives from the St. Lucie Tax Collector's Office will be on site to assist. The event will be from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Treasure Coast Lexus Dealership, 5121 US 1 in Fort Pierce. Purchasers will be entered into a drawing to win a Highwayman painting. The first 25 attendees over the age of 70 will be given a free prepaid voucher for a license plate. If you're not able to afford the Highwayman painting, you can definitely have one on your car, said Doretha Hare Truesdell, widow of the original and founding Highwayman Alfred Hare. And lastly, a SpaceX launch could light up the sky tonight. After a one-day delay, the company is set to launch more Starlink satellites from Cape Canaveral as part of its mission to bring high-speed broadband around the world. The IRSC Lady Pioneers rolled to an early 12-0 lead while holding Florida National University to just 14 first-half points, en route to a 100-40 victory over the FNU Conquistadors. Marianne Logston hit 5 3-point shots for 28 points to lead all scorers. Of the Lady Pioneers host Johnson University on Saturday at 2 on the main campus. The IRSC men, number 2 in Florida and number 7 in the USA, travel to Pasco Hernando College looking for their 11th straight win. Whew. WPSL Global will air the game Saturday at 2. Syracuse will take on Florida State immediately following IRSC. Our news time 8:26, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
8:27 right now, 27 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock on a Thursday morning. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, how's it looking outside?
We are seeing a couple of accidents. It looks like there is an accident on I-95 northbound in Port St. Lucie. This is at mile marker 118 in Port St. Lucie northbound. There's not any roadblock there at the moment. Also on I-95 southbound in Hobe Sound, there's a vehicle crash with injuries. This is southbound at mile marker 96 on I-95. And FHP, it's unknown if there's any roadblock there at the moment. This accident happening just minutes ago. If you see something, say something, let us know at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. 54 in Stewart this morning, 62 in Port St. Lucie. Here's more on the weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 50s under mostly clear skies and some patchy fog for the morning commute. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and low rain chances. Tomorrow and Friday, similar weather, morning lows starting off in the upper 50s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s, mostly sunny with low rain chances through the end of the work week. Sunday into Wednesday, morning lows in the mid to upper 60s, afternoon highs in the low 80s. Some showers possible, but any rainfall that we do see.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The Get Up and Go Show would love to hear from you, live on the air. Give them a call at any time. Now let's get back to the program. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:32 is the time, 32 minutes past the hour of 8 a.m. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and space cadets alike, it's time to go high above the Earth to the SS Siegel Enterprise, where Captain Randy Siegel is standing by with today's space report. Good day to you, Captain.
Same to you, Admiral. Well, very important day for NASA space history as far as the space transportation system goes. In 1988, they launched STS-27. 1990, STS-35. 1992, STS-53. And in 1993, STS-61. The STS stands for Space Transportation System, which was the space shuttle. And all those launches took place on this date in history. And then it was 1995 that NASA launched with the European Space Agency the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, SOHO, to let us get more information about our own sun. Well, you might hear in the background periodically the air to ground between two NASA astronauts who are in the middle of a spacewalk. Yep, NASA astronaut Thomas Marshburn and Caleb spent the time yesterday reviewing the procedures for the spacewalk, which began this morning. The astronauts are out in open space right now, and they're ahead of their timeline. The pair is joined by Mark Vanderhee, Raja Shri, and Matthias Maurer, who are working from inside the space station. Maurer, from the European Space Agency, is commanding the Canadarm2, which maneuvers the astronauts, in this case, Marshburn, around the station. So they have already replaced a faulty antenna system on the station that's located far out on the Port 1 truss structure. By having this dual team working, the astronauts can also do get-ahead work on work that they were going to do on another spacewalk, making it much more economical, if you will, for the spacewalks to take place. In the run of the station, Piotr Dubrov, he studied how stress during and after space life affects the immune system. Station commander Anton Sheplerov, he worked on Russian video equipment and began setting up additional crew quarters for an upcoming Soyuz mission. You got to remember that coming up on the 8th, Russia will have another launch taking place where it will have one seasoned astronaut as well as two tourists going into space, Japanese millionaire and his assistant. Everything is getting ready for that flight to take place. Alexander Mazurkin has also been given the title of the first TASS news agency correspondent in space, as he will be filing stories about that launch and what's happening on the space station. Oleg Sherpochka, a decorated Russian cosmonaut, is hanging up his spacesuit. It has been announced that he is leaving the cosmonaut corps as an active astronaut. However, he will continue his activity as at the Cosmonaut Training Center as a lead specialist in the methodological department. He has spent quite a bit of time in open space, over a year, and we wish him good luck on his new venture. Yesterday, the White House released the new priorities that NASA will be governed by in the coming years. The National Space Council meeting took place with Kamala Harris officiating. She is the head of the Space Council. They announced a framework that NASA will be guided by in the coming years. That framework includes working with the climate and climate change, as well as keeping American assets in orbit. There are a number of other activities that this is calling for, and it appears that everything will go very well in space if this is formally adopted. So far, there have been no real objections to the space activities that were outlined in this White House release. So we have every expectation that Congress will fund everything necessary to keep NASA at the forefront of space for years to come. Russia has decided that they will probably pull out of the International Space Station around 2025 or shortly thereafter. They prefer to concentrate more on their own space station, which they hope to place into orbit around 2025 or a little bit later. A lot of it will depend on the condition of the International Space Station. As we know, the Zarya module does have a slight air leak, which they have tried to control by different patches that were placed on the hull. Well, even though the patches are successful in slowing down the loss of atmosphere from the station to where there is no danger to the astronauts, there still is that leak that is taking place. There is anxious to replace that vehicle. Tomorrow, there will be a conjuncture with an approaching American Pegasus rocket and the International Space Station. The Pegasus will pass within 3.35 miles of the International Space Station, so there should be no harm to the station at all. Also on the station, we're hearing more about the fact that they are growing plants on board the station. One of the major harvested crops that are on board the station is chili pepper. And the astronauts are anxious to eat those chili peppers. The reason for that is that on board the space station and in outer space, your taste buds are quite different than they are in weightless environment. So what they've done is they have cultured 48 sanitized pepper seeds and grown peppers on board the station to be consumed. And the astronauts are anxious to do so. They're also using fajita beef, rehydrated tomatoes, and artichokes. In a second harvest of chili peppers, the astronauts are saying everything is looking good in their little neighborhood. Tonight, prepare for a launch from the Kennedy Space Center of a Falcon 9 rocket, bringing 53 more Starlink satellites into orbit. That launch is currently scheduled for 5:57 this evening, and weather is looking good, and we should have a beautiful view of it as it launches. We'll also have a launch this evening at 7:27 from French Guiana, where a Soyuz rocket will place 2 Galileo satellites in orbit. Tomorrow we'll tell you about the completion of the spacewalk and about Russia-U.S. space cooperation continuing. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at this time. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where all I can say, I can summarize it in one word, Bonnie. Delicious.
You're right, Evan. Everything on this menu is very appetizing, so delicious. Like the Greek chicken wrap. You get a wrap of your choice. You know, those wraps come in tomato, basil, garlic, herb, and spinach. This one is filled with oven roasted chicken and some garlic mayo. You get mixed greens inside and feta cheese, black olives too, banana peppers, cucumbers, red onions, and tomatoes. Enjoy a dessert today and maybe take home some gourmet brownies, a half-pound of those cookies for the kiddies, peanut butter pie, coconut cream pie, always delightful. Ellie's Downtown Deli has a full menu available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. They have a full-service deli with dining inside and out. Have them cater your next event. Call 772-781 to order and pick up today. Located 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
8:42, the time, 42 minutes after the hour of 8 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show. It's time for news. One final time, brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie's got the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning to you once again. And California is the location of the first case of the Omicron, a COVID variant confirmed in the U.S. It has not yet been identified in Florida, but Dr. Jason Wilson of Tampa General Hospital thinks it's just a matter of time, but it can be handled.
Again, I think the public should recognize that almost 2 years into this pandemic now, we're pretty good at this.
Dr. Wilson agrees with those who say the next few weeks will be critical in understanding the new variant. Port St. Lucie police are still trying to figure out who shot and killed 45-year-old Carisha Brissett inside her Town Park home in Tradition. WPTV's Megan McRoberts reporting from Tradition.
Family of Carisha Brissett told me tonight that she just moved to this area in February. They say she was quiet, very involved in her church, and that's why they say it's hard for them to understand why she would be targeted like this.
She does have family that's going to really miss her. And it's not fair to somebody to do that to her because she had her whole life ahead of her.
Corrine Samuels holds back tears when she talks about her older cousin, 45-year-old Carisha Brissett.
She was like a big sister to me.
Despite an age gap between the two of about 15 years, Corrine says the two often kept in touch on Facebook.
We both grew up in Jamaica, migrated to the U.S. So I knew her my whole life.
She says Carisha came to Florida about 10 years ago, but bought her house in Tradition on Southwest Stockton Place in the Town Park community in February. Corrine says she hadn't seen Carisha in years, but her whole family says they can't imagine why someone would target her like police believe.
At this time, I don't even know who or why somebody would do that to her.
Tuesday morning, police say she didn't show up for work. A friend went to her home, found the back door shattered, and 13 spent shell casings on the patio. Carisha was found dead in her bedroom.
We never expected this to happen to her, of all people, because she's, very religious, very into her church and everything.
Corrine says in the family, Carisha was more of the quiet, observant type. She never had kids, but Corrine last knew Carisha to be working with the elderly in a nursing facility.
She's very kind, very humble, the most humblest person you can ever, imagine.
She's now pleading with the community to help her family better understand why this happened.
Help our family. Carisha to justice.
As police continue to ask for tips, videos, or any other information to help solve the case.
Brings me comfort knowing that, she's believed in God and she's going to heaven.
And police say they still do not know a motive or intention, but they remain confident that there is no threat to the community. In Port St. Lucie, I'm Megan McRoberts. Back to you.
Florida's lieutenant governor isn't surprised that a federal judge struck down 2 Biden administration rulings requiring healthcare workers and federal contractors to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Jeanette Nunes says Floridians don't have to worry about risking being fired for not getting the shot.
Governor DeSantis has made it clear he's going to fight, like how whenever there is a mandate that comes down from Joe Biden and his cronies.
Nunes also promises there will be no more shutdowns because of Omicron or any other variant. While a new COVID variant has people around the world worried, there's a sign of life returning to normal in Florida. Yesterday, Orlando International Airport welcomed the first inbound commercial flights from Brazil in 19 months. A tourism official with Visit Orlando says there's no evidence yet that the Omicron variant is impacting travel plans. A Jacksonville man is closer to fulfilling his dreams of musical stardom. Paris Whittingham has advanced to the semifinal round of NBC's The Voice, and the Navy veteran credits a Jacksonville woman he has never met for his success. She is his vocal coach who has taught him online only. And lastly, a 74-year-old cancer survivor who runs a pot-bellied pig sanctuary in Maryland just set several records for
powerlifting. Yes, her name is Nancy Slocum, and she's currently caring for 19 pot-bellied pigs. And last month, she bench pressed 88 pounds and deadlifted 154 pounds. Both are state records for women over 70. I want to have for breakfast what she's having for breakfast, definitely. Taysom Hill will make his first start at quarterback this season for the New Orleans Saints tonight on Thursday Night Football after he practiced fully all week with a partially torn plantar fascia and has limited him since week 10. Yes, and tonight it is the Cowboys and the Saints. Game can be heard on WSTU AM 1450 at 8 p.m. Tomorrow night on tap, we have Treasure Coast High School football and hosted by Dan Como, also broadcasting Adam McDonald, and the winning Treasure Coast High School taking on the winning Apopka. That game heard at 7 tomorrow night on 1590 WPSL, our sister station, WPSL Global. And news time is 8:48. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:49 the time, 49 minutes after the hour of 8 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, what do we got?
Well, Evan, there are two accidents out on I-95 this morning. In Hope Sound, there's a vehicle crash at I-95 southbound. This is at mile marker 96. And it's still unknown if there's any roadblock from that accident. But keep in mind, marker 96. You're going to see all of that activity in the Hope Sound area this morning. To the north, on I-95 northbound in Port St. Lucie, there's also an accident at mile marker 118. No roadblock from that accident. If you do head out, drive safely. And there's your latest look at traffic. Partly cloudy in Stewart, 64 this morning. And in Alicante, Spain, it's 61. Here's more on our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning in the mid to upper 50s under clear skies and some patchy fog for the morning commute. This afternoon, highs reaching the mid to upper 70s, plenty of sunshine, low humidity, and low rain chances. Tomorrow and Friday, similar weather, morning lows starting off in the upper 50s, afternoon highs in the upper 70s, mostly sunny with low rain chances through the end of the work week. Sunday into Wednesday, morning lows in the mid to upper 60s, afternoon highs in the low 80s. Some showers possible, but any rainfall that we do see won't add up to a whole lot.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Tonight on the Hallmark Channel, Christmas in City Hall. He's a hungry young reporter who thinks exposing corruption in City Hall will be his ticket to the big time. She's a gorgeous, popular mayor who's trying to hide her involvement in the salmonella outbreak that ruined last year's Thanksgiving pageant. Are they really on a collision course or just falling in love? What are you, a brainless idiot? It's Christmas in City Hall tonight on the Hallmark Channel.
You know, I was checking my DVR the other day, and all of a sudden, for some strange, odd reason, Bonnie, we have all these shows recorded from the Hallmark Channel. I think my wife is up to something.
Or does your DVR player just go and record them instantly? Is
No,
it something that maybe
you have to program it? And I think my wife is the culprit, and she's been the one that's been recording all these shows.
And are you taking the time to go back and watch any of these, or is she?
No, but I'm taking the time to delete them because my DVR is getting all full.
Oh, okay, so it's getting all jam-packed with all of that good Christmas programming.
See, Rachel has a tendency to record things and then not watch them, so to speak.
You know what I want to watch this coming Sunday night? They have these live shows on once in a while.
Right.
They did it a while back with All in the Family.
Uh-huh.
And they did it with Good Times.
Right.
Where they do it live on stage. And I think they're going to do a rendition of The Facts of Life this coming Sunday night. And playing Blair Warner is going to be Jennifer Aniston.
Okay.
So, and it's live. It's live, not improv, but it's a live kind of like play on stage that they're doing about
Really?
it. And in The Facts of Life, all of the characters, like they were all young girls in that school,
Right.
under Mrs. Garrett, but all of the characters are actually going to be played by adult women.
Oh,
So
wow.
I think they're going to have like 5 different women, one including Jennifer Aniston playing Blair. But it'll be interesting because they're all playing young girls as adults. So I kind of like really want to tune in Sunday night and see how they do.
Very interesting.
And Different Strokes is another one they're going to be doing. And I think all of the actors in the Different Strokes live one are going to be played by adult people too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just kind of like it'll be interesting to see how they do. And when they do it live, like, you know, they're professional actors, but
Okay.
you're always taking a deep breath
Okay.
when it is live.
Okay. Do you have a wish list made up anywhere that's like on Amazon or anything like that for what you want for the holidays this year for Christmas? Have you gone into like Amazon.com and composed a wish list?
I haven't, but it's all locked upstairs. In fact, I haven't even like told too many people what
Okay,
I want because
okay.
my intentions are that I'm going to go and buy it on my own.
Mhm.
And I should tell people what I want, but sometimes when they ask me, I think it's kind of on the pricey side for them.
Right.
So maybe therefore I should go and get it with my hard-earned money.
Okay, so what is, since you brought that up about the pricey side, what is, in your humble opinion, the most expensive item that you would like for Christmas this year?
I think
besides
it's,
the Maserati.
Well, it's the pool I'm already getting. So
Okay.
we are getting a pool.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the above ground swimming pool.
Right, the
like,
Intex.
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
What else would you say?
I want a mountain bike
Okay.
or a roadster, some kind of bike.
Now, do you
that-
want the girl version where the bar comes down a little lower, or do you want the male version?
I actually want
that's
a
normal?
boy's bike.
You want a boy's bike?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's
and
fine.
Preferably red. I don't know
Okay.
why, but I like those red.
Okay, I have a
red
can of
mountain
spray
bikes.
paint I can loan you.
And I like the black ones, the dark blue ones, but
Okay.
you know, I kind of like
And the
want-
adjustable speeds, right?
yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some adjustable speeds on it.
All right. Do you want a nice cushy seat, or will you stick with, because I can't ride. I'm telling you right now, I have a mountain bike. I have a Schwinn. And the first thing I did when I got my Schwinn mountain bike is I changed the seat out. First thing I did, because let me tell you, there is nothing worse than riding down the road with that little itty bitty thing going up your butt crack.
If you ride 10 miles or more, which a lot of people do, you
Mhm.
want that seat to be comfortable. You're right, Evan.
Yeah, it's
I
got to
would-
be comfy. Got to definitely be comfy without a doubt.
And my third one is Nike running shoes. So I'll stop to Dick's Sporting Goods
right.
and buy some of my own.
There you go. That's there you go.
Merry Christmas to me.
Hey, folks, that's a wrap for us. The Thursday edition of the program. We thank you so much for joining us in this Christmas season, the holiday season, Hanukkah season. Remember, if you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside.
Yeah, take good care and enjoy Denny Artachi and company. Next, he has plenty of great company coming in.
Yep, don't you dare go anywhere. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. Here's Carrie Underwood from last night's lighting the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Plaza. Enjoy.
From now on, our troubles will be miles away.